Sausage Dog Christmas Walk. Rolo is dressed in red, white and green this year. He's not very happy with his outfit. He's kind of sulking right now. Does anyone else dress up their dog and they just stay still like this? Like all of a sudden they have no will to walk anymore. What's wrong, mister? You look cute. You're gonna win this best dress award. Don't you worry, my son. I am so excited to film this vlog for you guys. Prepare your eyes for dopamine and serotonin because this is the most cutest thing you will ever watch. We're going to Hyde Park, which is a really famous, huge park in the centre of London. Every year for Halloween and for Christmas, there is about 100 sausage dogs. And it is so cute, guys. You can see everyone's little outfits and it's just like pure happiness. And I want to know, is it just the Dachshund community that has these Christmas walks, that has these Halloween walks? Because when I tell you, like, people love their Dachshunds, okay? When I say like they meet up, it's not just like one or two, you know, it's like hundreds of them like unite and gather together for these big occasions. So I was really wondering, like, is it every breed out there that's also doing this thing? Like, is there like Pomeranians that have their little Pomeranian Christmas walks? Beagle, is there like a beagle walk? Like, I need to know. But something does tell me that it's a crazy sausage dog lady thing, you know? This hat, I don't know how long this hat's gonna last, guys. You keep shaking it off. Do you feel like having a dog has really changed your life?
Yeah, we're so busy now.
I feel like Rolo has a better social life than us, guys. All of our calendars is always like, what's Rolo? Where are we gonna take Rolo? And I can only imagine this is probably what it's gonna be like to have a real kid. Does anyone know how to stop a barking Dachshund? Because we're still training him to stop barking at other dogs. And it's like, we take him to all the socialization things. He has a dog walker and he still barks like a loony. Stop. Oh guys, it's so hard. How do you discipline a dog? Okay, oh my god, look at all these little sausages. Look. Oh my god, look. Alright.
That is the loudest dog I've ever heard.
Rolo, you're making a scene. Guys, there is, I'm not even joking, probably like 200 people on this one. I thought the Halloween walk was busy, but this is a lot of people. Oh my god, I don't know if there's more sausages or more people. I can't tell. We're gonna go through the sea of sausages, guys. Oh my god, look at this little one. It's a little wiry one. We were scrambling for Rolo's outfit. We should have just done that, guys. Nice and simple. Dress him up as a little bow. Oh, guys. Look, it's like Rolo's twin.
Rolo, you calm down a little bit.
Yes, he's in air gel right now, guys. It's a bit overstimulating for him. I'm hoping next year, if we keep taking him stuff like this, he's gonna love dogs. That's the plan, right, Rolo? Okay, guys, the walk is starting now. Do you feel overwhelmed?
Yeah, so overwhelmed. Yeah, vlog.
So many people.
Looking at us.
We're vlogging, we're TikToking, we're doing the works. So I just bumped into, firstly I was admiring this dog, and it's one of my followers' dogs.
It's a boy, Simba.
Okay, how do you get your dog to be so well trained, off leash, following you, looking back at you? If I let Rolo off leash, he would not even look. He wouldn't even pay attention to me. He'll be off in Scotland probably right now. How old is Simba?
Simba is 2.5.
Oh my god, how did you get to be so well trained?
It's a work in progress.
I was saying that anyone who has a sausage dog knows the struggle of having a sausage dog.
I know, when you first got one, I was like, oh my god.
I
she
know.
has no idea.
The
what she's in
whining,
store for.
the barking, oh my god. But he's so well behaved that I'm like, Rolo has hope. When there's a ball, that's when Rolo can go off leash because all he wants you to do is just play with the ball with him. Go! It's actually so cute because we've always wanted a dog that loves toys and loves balls. How do we manage to get a dog that loves playing with toys and balls?
You just get him to fetch like teddies and stuff like that first. Get him on a long line, pull him back.
And give him a treat. Welcome to the joys of living in the UK. Oh my god, my Uggs, no! They're trashed. No! We're ending the sausage dog walk with Rolo in air gel.
Air gel.
he just kept barking at other dogs. I feel like he's fine with sausage dogs, but any other breed is like
Chaos.
nasty Rolo, mean Rolo. We had such a good time. It really is so cute seeing all the sausage dog community get together. I honestly feel like there's no connection like the owner and the sausage dog.
He's okay when the big crowd, but when it's like a handful of people, a handful of dogs, he's like, I can take you on now. Big crowd, I can't take you on right now. I can take you on. There's a couple, one or two I can punch out, bite, grab out.
No, Rolo wouldn't bite. Every time me and Quang are in London, we have to go to this place called Good Friends. Guys, when I tell you they do the best fried chicken, and you guys know I don't eat red meat, so I'm a chicken girly, and they do the yummiest popcorn chicken. They do fried chicken so well here, and it's literally like 12 midday right now, and there's already a huge queue outside. Quang has already been queuing for a good half an hour, and when I tell you it's gonna be worth the wait. Get in my belly right now. Secure the goods.
2 bags.
2 bags, you know.
Chicken skin.
Crispy. Oh, wow.
This is my good.
Why do you have so much? They do the best popcorn chicken, and we always get plum and garlic seasoning. These are lotus chips, and they're so good. They're like really crunchy.
Right guys, if you've been here for a long time, you know what time it is. Where we do the garbage clear out. As you can see, we have to step over things, kick things out of the way. It is a mess, guys. We recently had a Christmas party and everything went in here. Just look at this mess. We've got a big laundry pile down here. Got laundry to be done. We've got laundry hanging up there.
It smelled like a toilet full of nasty ass shit, okay?
And it just happens to get messy. Look, tools are there. More boxes. More bin stuff. Thuy is tasked on doing the stuff upstairs while I'm down here freezing my tits off. It's literally so cold in here. And you know what I got on? Some fluffy slippers. That's right, some fluffy slippers. Give you a little bit of a catwalk, you know. Can someone please tell me, how does everyone keep on top of things? Laundry, cooking, cleaning, doing some work, and just everything in life. I think this is the worst chore, laundry.
Hello.
And it looks tidy already. All the boxes are gone. Don't know what that is. Put Thuy's makeup around here. Gotta tackle this. Because this is where I'll keep enjoying my tools, but apparently I think I'm gonna start getting rid of these cables, because if you haven't used them for so many years, then it's just time to go, you know. And that is it, guys. The garage is clean. We can see the floor now. We still need to tackle this stuff. Thuy's makeup and stuff like that. Also, in here, I think Thuy needs to do some donation before Christmas, you know. There's people out there at this time of year probably won't be able to afford and won't be able to get presents, you know, so it'd be good to just kind of like, just donate some stuff that we're not using anymore. That's it. Finished. Let's call it Thuy.
Yes.
Good luck.
Wow. Hello. It's time for my showdown. Ah! You better move. Yeah, you better move. Oh, we've got so much space now. Oh my god, this is amazing. Wow. Get yourself a Quang. Get yourself someone who likes cleaning.
I don't like cleaning. I just forced to do it.
I'm trying to hype you up here, okay? Just accept the praise. Just take it. You love cleaning. You love cleaning.
I don't love it.
Remember, I love
If you were tiny, I won't have to clean. Thuy has just abundance of stuff, right?
We're so abundant. Hats off to Quang, guys.
I'm taking a day off now. It's Friday, and it's
Friday,
half day Friday.
Why am I the only one that's popping my fucking pussy right now?
Today is a very important day. At the end of every year, I like to do some sort of psychic reading, some sort of way for me to go into the next year with high hopes and dreams and ambition. I just put myself in to have a psychic reading for 2025. It's with the Wellness Foundry. I've actually never had a reading with them before. I'm a little bit nervous about it. And I know not everyone understands this world of psychics and tarot cards cards, but I honestly believe it. I'm a huge believer into star signs and astrology and manifestation, and I guess you can call it spirituality. And honestly, this is something I've never really dabbled in. I've never really dabbled into religion or anything like that, but now that I'm older, I'm definitely leaning into my spirituality a little bit more. I'm leaning into learning like a different mindset and a different way of thinking about things. Like, I have always been a very negative person my whole life. Like, the way that I was brought up, I always feel like things could have been better, the glass was half empty. I've been doing a lot of inner self work recently, and I feel like I've come leaps and bounds from the start of this year, and I really want to go into 2025 with a completely different mindset, with a mindset to know that everything works out in the end, and to stay positive, and everything is always a lesson. And that's something that I really struggled with my whole life. I've always blamed things on other people, I blame things on myself, I feel guilty for a lot of things. So hopefully by the end of this reading, everything is going to be picture perfect, and there's going to be amazing things that's going to happen next year. If anyone is ever feeling lost in life, I always feel like that is the time to book in with a psychic, or go to someone that you feel like you've been recommended them. Every psychic is going to be completely different. There are some people out there that is complete bullshit, and they just kind of like say very open-ended things. Trying to find the right psychic, I think, is very important. I also feel like it's nice to like mix things up as well. Don't go to the same person all the time. So I'm literally about to jump in to my meeting right now. I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous, but it's a 2025 yearly forecast reading. Woo! I hope good things are coming, okay? Wish me luck. No.
Thank you so much for choosing me to be your reader today. Have you ever had a reading before?
Yes, I've had quite a few readings before. I feel like whenever I'm feeling a bit lost, or like I feel a bit uncertain about something, I always try to book in for a reading. Feel like, oh, you really want to go into the new year with an open mind and hopeful and excited for the things to come, hopefully for next year.
Yeah. Just put your energy in these cards and just think 2025. What do I need to know? What's it all about?
God, that reading was intense. We had to squeeze everything in, and it was like, oh my god, this is what's happening in January, this is happening in June, and at the end of the year. And it's like, it does definitely give you perspective. It gives you something to look into. I literally wrote like a whole massive list of notes, and the overall takeaway is that positive shifts are happening, but next year is all about boundaries and trying to be organized. And finances came up a lot, which I don't know if you've been following me for a while, but finances is always something that brings me a lot of anxiety. It's something that I didn't have much growing up, and it's something that I feel the weight of my shoulders, because I basically am in charge of 3 households. I look after this house, my mum's house, and our apartment that we rent out. So it's something that I need to get a clearer picture of exactly what's our expenses and what's our outgoings and stuff. And it's something like a lot of us probably bury our head in the sand, and we don't like to talk about finances because it's a very anxiety driven topic, but it is something that has been playing on my mind recently, that I really need to like get my shit together and look at where we're saving, pensions and all that kind of stuff. She did say that in September or October there's going to be something that happens within my personal relationships, almost like the next step, or something's going to happen next year where we kind of reconnect, which is also really exciting. So overall, I feel like this has taught me to really listen to my own intuition. Like the finances thing, it's been playing on my mind recently, but I kind of just keep sweeping it aside, like not really taking it that seriously. But next year for me, guys, is something that I really want to focus on, in learning how to say no. My thing is I'm always like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, or yeah, I'll just go to that, and then I end up always feeling like I'm behind, and I feel like I don't focus my energy in the right way because I'm just spread out so thin. So that's something I really want to focus on next year, to, you know, find a team, find people in my life that's going to support me and my vision, and just go into it with a clearer mind of like, yes, this is my goal, and yes, we're putting little small stepping blocks to make sure that we're getting there. Sometimes I feel like, oh, let me do just step 10 without doing step 1, and I don't have a plan. I'm just like willy-nilly. So I thought it would be quite nice to kind of sit down and wrap some presents together. Oh my god, just the fact that I'm sitting down with my dining room table filled with toys right now honestly brings me so much joy. When I was younger, I actually never got toys. All of my clothes was always hand-me-downs. We always used to shop at car boot fairs or charity shops, and when I was younger, I feel like I never really appreciated having children around me, if I'm honest. I have 6 nieces and nephews, which is very crazy. This year, honestly, I feel like my eyes has been open to the world of babies. I was journaling that other day and I was like, do you know what? I really want to try to make this time of their life rememberable, because I remember when I was younger, I never got any toys. I never had a Barbie, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to treat my nieces and nephews. And I realized that this is what life is about, you know? I feel like when you grew up a lot of your life not having much, it is definitely a lot harder to be like, oh, spend money on things like toys and things that you don't think actually matter. But all of this stuff, like, this is a core memory for them. You know, I don't have kids yet, but I hope that one day when I do have kids, I'm going to be able to create all these fun memories and traditions for them. So I think my niece Rosie, I don't know if she has any dolls. So I was in a toy store today and I saw this, and it's a Monster High doll, and I was like, oh, she's a bad bitch, okay? I was debating, do I get her the Barbie or do I get the Monster High? But we end up getting both, you know, because why not? Let's wrap some presents together while we chit chat. Grandma's in charge of buying the wrapping paper this year, and look at the lame ass wrapping paper. I'm sorry, I didn't know we were about 50 years old. This one is quite cute though. Look at this. We got a multicultural Santa up in the house. How cute is this little dinosaur set? I got it from B&M, and at the moment they're doing a deal where you can get 3 toys for £20. Go. Okay, when I tell you buying toys is expensive, okay, so get yourself down to B&M. Christmas and this jolly traditions does not come naturally need to be at all. Oh my god, I bloody I cut it too short. Yes. I always feel like there's 3 things that always makes us feel quite anxious around this time, and that is family, finances, and food. There's just so much overindulgence around this time of year, and it can make you feel a little bit self-conscious. Everything is all about overconsumption with food, overspending, trying to make this time like as special as possible. I just really want to recognize if anyone is kind of like feeling a bit anxious around this time of year, girl, you are not alone. I think I used to hold a lot of resentment towards my family because no one bothers, no one makes any effort. I always felt like it was always me planning the games and planning things to do for Christmas. After going to therapy this year, guys, I feel like I've learned so much about myself. I've learned that you can be angry, you can be bitter all you want, and you can wish that they were different, but at the end of the day, like, they just are who they are, and you just have to accept it. And a lot of times I feel like I used to blame my past and blame sometimes my parents for the way that we was raised and how we are quite a negative family. And I don't know why, like, this year I just had so much time to work on myself and to work on realizing that, you know, like, people are just doing the best that they can. Your parents probably never had good role models themselves, so like, how do we expect them to know any better? Like, this is the first present wrapped. I wish that I was a better rapper, but it is what it is, girl. Wow, guys, wrapping presents is no joke, okay? That took me 2 hours alone just to wrap 6 presents. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It is the official time to be jolly. I really hope you guys enjoyed this wholesome vlog, and next week it is going to be the last week of Vlogmas, guys. How sad. Me and my sister actually filmed like a deep heart-to-heart big sister chat, and I'm so excited for you guys to watch that video because I know you guys love my sister and you guys miss us being together. So I cannot wait, guys. We've got 1 more week until the end of 2024. Today is the annual sausage party. No, sausage party. Prepare your eyes. Right, in the bloopers this goes. Lovely. Rolo's just done a shit and it's diarrhea. Dad duties, picking up the poo, hard at work. The perks of having a dog, hey?